Amen. Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. First and foremost, I'd like to start this lesson by giving all praises, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak, Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and taught us this 100% truth. Salutations unto the 144,000 doing the work of the Lord in all truth, honor, and sincerity. And shalom to the 1/3 men, women, and children who believe in His word being taught unto them. It's your brother Amna Wa'ala. I'm back at you with another lesson entitled Until I Remembered Their End. Alright, and this is pertaining to the wicked of this world, which unfortunately 2/3 of our own people are following after the wicked of this world. So the inspiration of this lesson comes from reading Psalm 73, which is a psalm of Asaph, which Lord willing we're going to get into, man. But I mean, although it may not seem like it, us being in this lowly position, just about making it by, daily bread lifestyle, contrary to popular belief, that's actually the best way to be, man. Because when you have riches, it's very easy to turn your heart away from the Lord. It's very easy to engage in your wicked lusts. The scriptures say, in fact, rather than me quoting it, let me just get it. This is Jeremiah chapter 17 and verse 9. It says, the heart, which the Hebrew word for heart is la'ab, which is your mind. All right. So it says your mind, the mind, is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? So if it wasn't for the Holy Spirit, man, the Rachak Wadash, we wouldn't really wake up to this truth, man. Because just the flesh itself, the heart, the mind, is desperately wicked, man. That's why the scriptures talk about what? Being transformed by the renewing of your mind. The Lord has to refresh our minds. Okay? Press the F5 key on our mind to refresh us, man, to bring us back into this truth. Because the scriptures say what? That the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. So the flesh is always going to be a hindrance unto us, man. As long as we're on this side, as long as we're in this wicked world, this flesh will always be a hindrance, man. You might get a grip of the flesh, for a while, but trust me, man, eventually the flesh will get the better of you, man. So what does that mean? That means ultimately we need to be changed, man. And that's what we're seeking for. That change. All right? Because we know that we can't do this all on our own. We can't even be saved all on our own. It's through the Holy Spirit working with us that we'll be saved. Okay? But where was I originally, man? Bear with me a second. Salakia. Oh yeah, that's it. Thawari Haba Shemya Shai. So yeah, man, until I remembered their end. Okay? Because when we look at, the people of the world, the people in the so-called good positions, they seem to have it all together, man. Living their best life. Scriptures talk about how they ain't in trouble as other men. And when you look at the elite, man, they're man, they don't be experiencing the same kind of calamities that, you know, your average everyday people experience and things of that nature, man. So sometimes, you know, and then here it is, you're laboring in this truth, you know, presenting your bodies as a living sacrifice, man, and you're just catching all manner of hell. You know, you just going through it, and things ain't working out for you like how it's working for those that are wicked in this world. All right. So this is Job 20 and verse 4. It says, "Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment." So even though you can see the wicked in their glory right now, things are together right now, you know, they've got the so-called Midas touch. Anything they touch turns to gold. But then when you touch it, it turns to rubble, you know. So even though things are like that right now, that's not how things are meant to be. And that's not how things will be permanently. All right. So once again, Job 20 and 4. "Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment." All right. So the wicked being above us, getting the upper hand, things of that nature, that's just for a moment. That's short, man. Okay, that's not really how reality is meant to be. Okay, so even though that's all we know, because let's face it, man, you know, you're born in this world, and you know, a lot of us, excuse me, already, like, we inherit poverty. We're brought up in the worst parts of the city. You know, we're up in the ghetto, things of that nature. You know, single parent household. More often than not, you're stuck with mummy. You know, mummy don't make too much money. Maybe mummy's working one job. Maybe she works a few jobs, but even still, if she works a few jobs, you know, she's just about getting by. You know, so you're just in a constant state of lack and want. But then you're seeing Tyrone on the block. You know, he's getting all the bitches. He drives a nice car. He has the nice clothes on. And let's face it, more often than not, you want to be like him. You know, all of us want to be gal them sugar. You know, as a man, you don't want to be known as the guy that gets no girls, man. You want to be known as that guy. Yeah. The moment he, once he steps into the place, man. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you want to be that guy that, you know, other guys know that they have more of a guaranteed chance with women if you're about. Do you know what I'm saying? But oftentimes, that's Tyrone, that nigga on the block, you know, slanging yay, shooting and stabbing niggas, you know, got wads of cash in the house, whether it's in the shoebox or what do you call it, man? Or in the safe. He's the one that's gallem sugar. Dresses up nice, got the, you know, the nice shoes on, the garms, they got the women around him, got a nice car and all of that. You know, so but guess what? He's wicked. He's not righteous, he's wicked. Okay? So it's like we're in a world where it's like we're constantly around the reward of wickedness. But remember one thing, a reward goes both ways. Because when Yahweh Shai comes back, everyone is going to receive their reward according to their works. You see that? According to their works. So it's like, you could have been that wicked nigga on the block. Yeah, you're going to be rewarded for that. But you're going to be rewarded with a judgment that you'd probably rather not. As well as you can be that righteous man on the block, presenting your body a living sacrifice. doing the things required of you. All right? And your reward is going to be what? Salvation. You know, so a reward goes both ways, because you got people out there, they think that, oh, a reward can only be positive. No, a reward can be a positive thing and a negative thing. All right. So although, you know, you looking at Tyrone on the block and he's doing his thing, man, understand that in that time of trouble, he's really going to be in trouble, man. You know, the scriptures say in Proverbs 11 and verse 4 that riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivereth from death. All right. So in the grand scheme of things, it's really all about righteousness, man. It's not about wickedness. Even though as you would see it, it would appear that wickedness makes the world go round, you know. But really, that's not the way of life. When you read Psalm 7 and verse 11, it says how the Most High is angry with the wicked every day. But then in your carnal mind, you're looking at it as, well, these guys are doing all kind of sacrifices and this, that, and the third, all kind of wickedness, but they're prospering. Well, that's because the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, which is spoken of in Job 9 and 24. So it's like, of course, if you want to prosper in this world with its current setup, you will inherently have to be wicked to prosper. However, when you go against the grain, as you do when you come into this truth, what you're going to find is that you ain't going to be living that same lifestyle as these well-off niggas are in the world, man. You know, you're going to come into a world of suffering, you know, because ultimately no servant is greater than their master. So if Yahushua came up in a world of suffering and you're following in his stead, what makes you exempt? You ain't going to be exempt. You're also going to have to endure your own sufferings. All right? Because ultimately in this truth, suffering is a rite of passage. You know, when you read Acts 14 and 22, it literally tells you, through much tribulation shall we enter into the kingdom. It didn't say through some, oh yeah, you're going to experience just a bit of trouble. No, it said through much tribulation shall you enter into the kingdom. So it's always about preparing your mind for that, man. Understanding that this battle that we fight is always going to be hard, man. You know, the scriptures tell you to endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua. That's what it's all about, man. It's not always going to be all rosy. It's not always going to be all sweet. But nonetheless, we have to endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua HaMashiach, because it's our rite of passage. How shall we enter into the kingdom if we don't go through that straight path, that narrow path that's set before it? That's me roughly paraphrasing 2nd Ezra 7. All right, so back to Job 20 and 5. It says that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. So it's like, even though it seems like the wicked are just having a brawl right now, and it don't seem like a moment, because it's like, you're however old you are, and since the beginning, since you remember, all you know is that you wake up in the morning and you just see the wicked being rewarded. But the scriptures are saying, but for a moment. But you need to remember, according to 2 Peter 3 and 8, a day to the Lord is as 1,000 years to us. So, excuse me, the way we perceive time is very different from the Lord, you know, from the Most High. a day to the Lord is as 1,000 years to us. So 1 hour to the Lord, when you do the maths, is like what? 42 years to us. I'm not even 42 years, man. Years old. All right? I'm not even 42 years old myself, man. So according to the Lord's eyes, I ain't even lived an hour. Yeah, but you have to understand the time scales of the Lord, man. Because then that will allow you to endure suffering, to be patient, which to be patient means to suffer. All right, again, quoting Acts 14 and 22. Through much tribulation shall we enter into the kingdom of the Most High. Okay? So let's read on in Job 20 and verse 6. It says, though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung, like his own shit. Okay? Esau is getting ready to perish forever, man. Okay? You know, the moment you flush that toilet, man, you don't see that excrement again. That excrement is done away with. But the scriptures say that's going to be Esau, man. 1 minute he's going to be here, the next minute he's not. It says, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? So it's going to be like, raw, like, because, you know, Esau, remember, because Esau's running things right now. Esau's been running things for a little while now. So when he's taken out of power, it's going to be like, raw, like, where is he, man? But then the thing is, when these other nations see Esau in the kingdom, in his lower state, because you need to remember that, so we've got 18 nations, okay? Out of those 18 nations, you've got the Edomites, man. Which, to be honest with you, now that I think of it, when you think about the 18 nations, the way it splits it up, you know, you've got like Edom among some of those nations. So let's put it this way, man. You've got all these different nations. Okay? For example, you got like the Cushites, you got Moab, you got Elam, you got Ammon, you got Israelites, you've got Edomites. So amongst, you know, the nations, right, you've got this one segment of people known as the Edomites, the so-called white people, who is known as the basest of men. When you read Daniel 4 and 17, when you read Job chapter 30, it goes on to some of their traits, their characteristics, to deem them the basest of men. Okay? So now, but when you look in this kingdom, you have the basest of men ruling. You have the basest of men on top. That's why the scriptures say in Ecclesiastes 10, I have seen servants upon horses and the rich sit in low place. Because remember, a horse represents power. Who are the servants? The servants are these other nations, beginning with the Edomites, because they're the basest of men. But they're the ones sitting in lofty positions, servants upon horses. And the rich, who the rich are, the Israelites, it says the rich sit in low place. Is the rich, the Israelites who you see up in the ghetto, up in the hood, council flats, the projects, as they call it in America. But they're the rich. So everything has been inverted. All right? So when these other nations see Esau in the kingdom, it's going to be like, rah. Let the scriptures say it. Isaiah 14 and 12. It says, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? Yeah, because remember, Esau is the one that weakened the nations. Think about, And you can't try to tell me he didn't do that. Think about what he did to the Israelites, man. He weakened the hell out of us, man. Israelites may not say it, but trust me, Israelites walk around really believing that they're 3/5 of a man. And anything an Israelite can do, Esau can do better. Now, that's not true. But that's the mindset that a lot of Israelites have. But the question is, why do they have that mindset? They have that mindset because of Esau. You know, the decades, the centuries of hardcore slavery, of harsh punishments that they inflicted upon us. The false gods that they pushed upon us eventually had a nigga thinking, you know what, man? Maybe I am 3/5 of a man. Maybe anything I can do, Esau can do better. So Esau really did a number on us, man. He weakened the nations. And I'm talking about the top nation, Israel. But the reason why I'm talking about Israel is because if Esau can do that to the top nation, Deuteronomy 7 and 6, Deuteronomy 4 and 5, if he can do that to the top nation, well, what do you think has happened with the rest of the other nations, man? They're in that same, oh yeah, I ain't shit spirit, man. Salakia, let me check that. They was in that same spirit, but in the scriptures say, let the weak say I am strong. Now the playing field is level. Before it was Esau, Edom with all the weapons of mass destruction. Now he's got his enemies that have also got equally, if not more powerful weaponry than he does in their arsenal. Okay? So it says, Isaiah 14 and 12 again, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. That's talking about America. I will ascend above the heights of the cloud. I will be like the Most High. And that's, when you talk about the MOTB, the digital currency, and all of that stuff, what you need to understand is that what Esau is trying to do is that he's trying to be like the Most High. You know, the Most High, the scriptures tell you how the Most High governs life and death, prosperity, and what's the word I'm looking for? The scriptures will say it best, man. Prosperity and adversity, I believe it is. But anyways, Sirach 11 and 14 says, prosperity and adversity, life and death, poverty and riches come of the Lord. Right? So ultimately, Esau, Edom, is trying to be like the Most High. All right? So he believes that if he can get everyone C-hipped, make them a part of the IoT, the Internet of Things, and put everyone on a cloud server and observe things that way, kind of thing, then he can be like the Most High. But Esau Edom is getting ready to find out that he is incredibly mistaken, man. Okay? And that there is a power out there above Esau Edom, because Esau Edom walking around like he's top dog. But Esau is getting ready to find out he ain't top dog. He ain't the guy. Okay? And that there's a power way more powerful than him that he's going to have to be subject unto. And he's going to have to be subject unto that power's people, which are the Israelites. I'm talking about Yahweh, Yahushua, and then the rest of the nation of Israel. All right, so it says in verse 15, yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. Yeah, Esau is going to be burning in fire forever. No, because although the Most High hates Esau with a perfect hatred, the Most High is a merciful power, man. So the Most High is not going to have an Israelite or another nation, for that fact, just burning in eternal fire. No. Boy, hell is also likened unto a living condition. For example, right now, Israelites are in hell. You're born in this life to where you don't have the fatness of the earth like Esau or Edom. You're used to, back in the day before it wasn't the truth, you're used to walking past McDonald's. Oh, mummy, can we get a Happy Meal? No, there's rice at home. Oh, mummy, when I went to school, so-and-so was wearing these shoes. Can you buy these shoes? No. I remember there was even at one point, man, I used to say to my mum, look, mum, before I even ask you this, I know you're probably going to say no, but I'm going to ask anyway. We're, as Israelites, we're used to having doors shut in our face, hearing no, first one's fired, last one's hired, just about making it by paycheck to paycheck, things of that nature, man. That's hell, because really, that ain't no way to live, man. But, the scriptures also say in Matthew 5 that we're the salt of the earth. So although that's the reality for most of us, we make it look good. Sad to say, but we make it look good. We, to the point where you've got, these other nations trying to force the struggle, man. Man try to force the struggle. Man try to act like they've had it so hard. The come up was just so, this, that, and the third. Yada, yada, yada. When I was growing up, we was too... Excuse me, man. Just got these hiccups all of a sudden. When I was growing up, we was too broke to afford cereal. So I had to eat water and ice for breakfast. Like when we was in school, man, niggas used to... It's like, man, were competing with who had it the hardest, who struggled the most. And yeah, like a lot of man were exaggerating, but point being, Jake makes the struggle look good, man. A lot of the times, Jake be looking at another nigga like, raw, like, I'm trying to be like him. But that nigga, he in a world of strife and calamities and hardship. But Jake make the struggle look good. Sad, but it's true. So we're in hell. Okay? It says in verse 16, they that see him, they that see shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness, and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners? So when they see Esau, Edom in our kingdom, when they see him in his natural estate, which is the bottom, the basest of men. When you go into the Google, when you go into the, what do you call it? When you go to the, when you go on Google and you type in the Woodrose or the Wild Man, you're going to get, pictures of Esau, Edom in his original estate, in his low estate. And in our kingdom, that's the estate Esau, Edom is going to be reduced to. So you need to remember, these other nations have been used to the idea of Esau being top dog, Esau being that guy, Esau being the so-called alpha male. So when they see Esau, Edom in our kingdom, it's going to be like, wait, hold on a minute. What, you're telling me That scruffy ass, hairy ass nigger over there wearing leaves for boxers and leaves as a crown. You're telling me that nigga used to rule this world in wickedness? You're telling me that nigger over there had the fatness of the earth? That nigga that's moving like a beast, that's over there in the bushes braying like a wild animal. You're telling me that nigga had the fatness? Yeah. That's Esau. He was the one that was ruling over the earth before us Israelites got into power. Yep. That's Esau right there. That was him. That was ruling just before us. Yeah. That's Esau. So these other nations are gonna be looking at him like, rah. Him. He was ruling. Because that's how low these devils are gonna be in the kingdom, man. Okay? Until I understood their end. Right? It says, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it on that, man. You know? But they're going to be like, rah, like, that's him. You know? So don't worry about the triumphing of the wicked, man. Because it's just for a moment. It's not permanent. Alright? The scriptures talk about how the meek shall inherit the earth. Okay? And who are the meekest right now? It's you elect, man. Because you got Israelites out there. Yeah, we might have had a similar reality growing up. And you got niggas out there who sell out to Esau, who sell drugs, things of that nature. And they make a good living from it. You know, so they ain't really in that meek stead like us, who are living day to day. I mean, you know, with that, who are living in that daily bread lifestyle and just about making it. You know, every month you're rejoicing to the Lord because the start of the month, you don't know how you're going to make it through, but by the end of the month, you've made it through. And then the cycle continues, you know. But it says, the meek shall inherit the earth. Okay? And guess what? All things are subject to prophecy. So these things are definitely going to come to pass. Doesn't matter how long it takes. It's going to happen, man. All right? This is Psalm 73 and verse 12. It says, behold, these are the ungodly who prosper in the world. They increase in riches. All right? It didn't say these are the godly that prosper in the world. It says these are the ungodly. Because what's the common factor you find amongst those that are ungodly? All right? It's always the ungodly ones that seem to have it all right in this life. They live a decent life. They've made it in society. You know, list goes on. But then when you look at the righteous, man, the ones following after Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, they're the ones that are, what, meek, poor, struggling, fighting all kind of battles. List goes on. All right? So it says, behold, these are the ungodly who prosper in the world. They increase in riches. It says, verily, I have cleansed my heart in vain and washed my hands in innocency, which represents, you know, us coming into this truth. We're washing our hands. Okay? We're trying to get right with the Lord. We're trying to be clothed. We're not trying to be naked. Okay? But it's like all the effort that we're putting in to be to put our best foot forward for the Lord, it's like it's all done in vain. Because here it is, you got Tyrone on the block. Wicked ass nigga. Ain't picked up. His Bible is open on Psalms 91. It's been there for the last 10 years. It's got a whole heap of dust on it. The nigga ain't even read it. Couldn't even tell you the first verse. But he's the one that's got the shoebox money. He's the one that's got the latest Jordans on his feet. He's the one that's got the latest garms on his body. Latest jacket on his back. Every winter season, he's got the latest drop. Every summer season, he's got the latest drop. He got all the bad bitches around him. But then, you know, the sort of bitches where when you try and, you know, when you try and make advances, they ain't trying to give you the time of day. You know? They ain't checking for you. Their panties ain't getting wet for you. Okay? He got the flyest car. Every 3 months, every 6 months, he's changing the car. You know? He got cars in rotation, just like he's got his women in rotation. Alright, but guess what? He don't have the Lord. He don't know Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. He don't know the prophecies. He don't know who the enemy is. Okay? But you see, like Asaph was conflicted. He's like, raw, man. These niggas really got it good. And fuck me, bro. I certainly don't. Like, yo, what's going on? Like, why am I doing all of this shit for the Lord? Not shit, but you know, Salakia. Why am I doing all this stuff for the Lord? But this nigga on the block right here who ain't doing nothing for the Lord, he got it like that. You know? Just to put it in modern day terms. Right? Verse 14, it says, for all the day long have I been plagued and chastened every morning. It's like, rah, like here it is. I'm the one here trying to live right according to the scriptures, man. Trying to please Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Rehearsing the righteous acts. Putting my best foot forward to the best of my abilities, man. But I'm the one that's plagued. I'm the one that's chastened every morning. Whilst this nigga gets to, hey man, if this nigga gets to party all night, he can go to bed at 4, 5, 6 in the morning, wake up at 3 in the afternoon, and guess what? He's still gonna make that money, man. He's still gonna make that spondoolie. You know? He's still gonna pull that baddest bitch. But meanwhile, you try live that life where you know, you go sleep 4 in the morning, 4, 5, 6 in the morning, then you gotta get up for work, gotta get to work by 9, do your 9 to 5, and then, you know, shit ain't gonna work out for you, man. It's not gonna work out for you. Okay? It says in verse 15, if I say I will speak thus, behold, I should offend against the generation of thy children. When I thought to know this, it was too painful for me, man. And that's one of the common turmoils we have in our hearts, in our minds too. Because we was once in the world. We know what it's like being in the world. A lot of us in the truth are young brothers, man. You know, you're all hot. You're burning, right? You more than likely you have access to a social media account. You know, Instagram, Snapchat. You don't even you know what you see on YouTube, man. And you're seeing guys around your age bracket doing things in this world, man. Doing like big things. Owning cars you'd want to own. Wearing clothes you want to wear. Living in houses you'd want to live in. Fucking bitches you want to fuck. So it's like, rah, like, as Asaph said, when I thought to know this, it was too painful for me. Like, fuck, man. Like, you know, you're gritting your teeth, man. You're clenching your fists. Arthur mean. You know, you're just pissed, man. You're like, what the fuck, man? Why am I doing this? Why am I trying to live righteously for the Lord? And it seems like I'm getting no reward out of it. Right? Verse 17. Until I went into the sanctuary of the Most High, then understood I their end. So we understand their end. Okay? And it's not all sunshine and roses for the wicked. That goes for the wicked of our people and you know, just the other nations in general which are over us. Okay? In verse 18 it says, surely thou didst set them in slippery places. So it's like, although they're in lofty positions right now, the way the Lord is set up is like, you're in that lofty position, but then in front of you is quite a narrow pathway. And right at the start of that pathway, you've got banana skin over there. And when you take that step, onto that pathway, you gonna slip up on that banana skin. Metaphorically speaking, you got our enemies in that lofty position. Who's our main enemy? Esau, Edom. But then it's like they're gonna labor to bring forth this new world order. Which, you know what? Yesterday, man, I was watching Kingsman. I've watched that movie a few times, but I'm telling you, there's too much to extrapolate out of that movie, man. That movie came out a whole decade ago, 2014. It's 2024, right? And that movie is up to date. That movie is current, man. That movie is with the times. Because this has always been something Esau Edom has had on the cards. Okay? That movie is current, man. Right? So it says, surely thou didst set them in slippery places, thou casted them down into destruction. How are they brought into desolation as in a moment? Doesn't the scripture say, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as a woman in travail? Roughly paraphrasing 1 Thessalonians 5. So it's like everyone's, the wicked are going to think they're all good. They go all sweet, everything cushy. All right. But then that's when that sudden destruction is going to come upon them. So it's the same with the wicked. They're having a ball right now. They're living their best life. Stuff their face with the Christmas dinner, the pigs in blankets, the bacon and all of that. But then all of a sudden, they're going to be in a world of destruction, man. Okay? A world of terror. That's why I started off with Job 20. Knowest thou this of old, that the triumphing of the wicked is short and but for a moment. Although it seems like it's perpetual right now, it's really but for a moment. Okay? We have to know and understand that. It says in verse 19, how are they brought into desolation as in a moment? They are utterly, not just consumed with terror, they are utterly consumed with terrors, man. All right? They're utterly consumed with terrors. Okay? So this is going to be the reward for wickedness, man. So although it seems like they got it all good now and they're untouchable, ain't no stopping them, trust me, the Lord is going to stop them. All right? So it's not for us to, the scriptures say in Exodus 23:2, follow not a multitude to do wickedness. So it's not about following Esau Edom in his wickedness, because we see that as of right now, his wickedness profits. Proverbs 3:31 also says, to envy thou not the oppressor and choose none of his ways. So we're not meant to choose any of his ways. We're meant to wait on Yahweh Shema Shai. Rehearse the righteous acts. That's what we're meant to do. Okay? Because the time is coming where they're going to be in a world of desolation and they're going to be utterly consumed with terrors. That's why I entitled this lesson, but then I understood their end, which is the 17th verse. Okay? Because it's like, when you don't understand their end and you just seeing them prosper, that you need to understand why Jake sell out. Because I'm sure, hey man, I remember growing up as a youth, I used to dibble and dabble on the dark side of YouTube, the weird side of YouTube a lot, where you was getting all the Illuminati videos, this celebrity is Illuminati, this celebrity is exposed, this celebrity is a devil worshipper, blah, blah, blah. All right? As a lot of us did, because I've got friends who was also dabbling on that side of YouTube, family members who were dabbling on that side of YouTube, but guess what? They ain't in the truth now. So I know that during that era of YouTube, a lot of men were being put onto that information, whether they believed or didn't believe. All right? But then with all that information out there, you still got guys out there that will sell out, man. And I was in the gym the other night, And I was I had my headphones in. I was, listening to a video, man, and this Jake was talking about how, these guys that sell out, they don't be selling out necessarily because they want to, but because, like, you see when they have these parties and man are going through doors, and each door they're doing things, you need to understand that Esau opens them up to a world of drugs, and it's like when they engage in these acts, they're not even in the right frame of mind, like, do you know what I'm saying? So it's like they, a lot of the time, they indulge in these things, and then they're not really aware at the time that that's what they're doing. But then when that contract, that shitty contract, is being slid on that table and presented to them, it's like, and they kind of read it and they're like, oh, hell no, I ain't signing that. And then Esau just, all right, show this nigga what he was doing last night, man. Show this nigga how we had him on all fours. We spit roasted this nigga. Okay. And then now Jake in the room, all right, with the contract right in front of him. I remember Jake from the hood, so like certain things, like if man from the hood find out you done that shit, like you're cancelled, bro. Perfect example, case in point. Those of you who know, if you know, you know. Look at Dutchavelli, man. Everyone respected him because of the grease talk he came with, his voice, the way he delivered it, all of that. But then the moment he got caught on some nonce thing, then all of a sudden he's cancelled. So a nigga from the hood got the contract, the shitty contract slid in front of him. Okay. Esau behind him, Esau in front of him, Esau beside him. The video right in front of him of what he did last night whilst he was off the shits. A nigga like to talk about he was turned. He was off the shits, right? Spit roasted. Got Esau in his mouth. Got Esau in his backside. Got him. Let me not say too much, car. I want this video getting taken now. But you know, if you know, right? And then now it's like, shit, where do I sign? Because he can't have that getting out there. And most of the time Jake Bean trying to make it. Maybe he was that nigga that was on SoundCloud for a few years, moved onto the Instagram, then the YouTube, and you got a couple videos where he's spitting over freestyles and that. And he always wanted to make it, but he didn't know, or he didn't believe that this is what came with, quote unquote, making it. Okay? So now he gotta sell out, man. And that's how Esau gets a lot of these niggas, man. Okay? That's why a lot of these niggas be off the, the drugs and the alcohol and all that shit all the time, man, because they can't really live with the shit that they've had to do to get into the position that they're in. Okay? So I'll read verse 19 again. How are they brought into desolation as in a moment they are utterly consumed with terror? Because the Most High is going to come down on these niggas, man. He's going to come down on Esau. He's going to come down on these other nations. And he's going to save his elect. That's balance. Okay? But that's just what it is, man. So dealing with the word balance as well. The scriptures say how a false balance is an abomination to the Lord, man. How can we expect to have it all on this side? But then when we get into the kingdom, we're just going to have it all as well. No, man. We have to be brought up. Okay? The scriptures say how the first shall be last and the last shall be first. Okay? So that's just what it is, man. We're all subject to something called prophecy, whether you like it or not. All right? Verse 20, final verse I'll read. As a dream when one awaketh, so, O Lord, when thou awakest thou shalt despise their image. Yeah, because the people are gonna, in our kingdom, everyone's gonna know that the wicked way of living is not the way of living, man. That's a shitty, low life way of life. All right, no one's gonna be looking at Esau Edom like the guy, the top dog. You know, the example. They're gonna see him as the low life, decrepit man that he is, that they are, decrepit people that they are, man. Okay. So I mean, that's just what it is, man. Okay. Really, there's more meat to get, man, but I'm gonna leave it there for this lesson, man. You know, but because we know how it gets, man. We know how it is out here. All right. A lot of men are on the wickedness that they're on because they're envying the oppressor, man, and they just want to play with the same deck as the oppressors. Because Jake, let's say you got a game of blackjack, right? I know everyone kind of plays different rules. The rules I know, everyone starts off with 7 cards. But Jake ain't playing with a full deck. Here it is, you got Esau with the 7 cards and Jake got about 2, maybe 3. Okay? Or no, Salaki, or Jake may have the 7 cards, right? But his deck is awful, man. Here it is, Esau got all the power cards. Pick up 2, got the Joker, pick up 5. Got the red, got the red jack, cancel out, all of that. Here it is, Jake just got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in his deck. Ain't got no. 2 is a power card. Pick up 2 if you ain't got the 2 or the J, whatever. But Jake just got the normal deck. Got the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. Ain't got shit in there. But he saw all the power cards, standard card. Esau's playing with a full deck, man. Here it is, Esau's on a full tank. Jake, just on a quarter, man. So Jake looking at Esau like, well, you know what? I'm trying to be like you. So naturally Jake gonna follow after Esau and gonna be turned into a world of wickedness, man. All right. But we understand the end of Esau, man, that the triumphing of the wicked is short and but for a moment. So, we know that this suffering that we're going through is temporary. And the Most High, in due time, is going to make a way for us, man. So that's just what it is, man. Right? So yeah, man, I'm going to wrap it up there. I pray, Lord willing, this lesson's been edifying. Until the next time, I say shalom.